Wow. Why is it that I forgot what I was gonna say?
It's okay. It's okay.
Well, welcome. I didn't wanna say welcome back to Latinas Unfiltered. I wanted to say something else, but I just hit a blank. But anywho, welcome, and back to what is it? Tune In Tuesdays. This is a new thing, so forget about Titty Tuesdays, it's Tune In
Forget it.
Tuesdays, okay? Forget about it. This is your new Tuesday. But per usual, it's Catitudes, and we have Jocelyn. Hi, guys. Your favorites, basically.
Yay.
So today we're just gonna go ahead and talk about false positive,
Yeah, let's talk about
toxic
it.
toxic positivity. This is something that's kind of like new to me and then Jocelyn as well. Like
Yeah.
we I mentioned it and then you were like, "What is that?" You know? And I think we need to shed some light on that because a lot of people, many people walk around like shit is peachy when it's not.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I was like, when you told me about it, I'm like, explain a little bit more. Um,
Yeah,
and I mean, you kind of broke it down to me, but then I did my own research, which was actually really interesting.
yeah.
What was your take on it?
So for me, I was like, wow. Because I've had people that are like, oh, it's a battle. Like for me, it was always a battle, like as far as like being positive and then having my negative moments, you know? And someone had asked me one time, like saying, oh, what are you? Are you positive or are you like this toxic person? Right. And I was like, I feel like we can live in duality, you know?
Right?
And then I was listening to a podcast, Glennon Doyle. I sent you her stuff, like,
Oh,
she's
yes.
freaking amazing.
Love her now.
Yeah, and then she mentioned, like she just said it like, "Oh, someone says something like, go get away with your toxic positivity," basically. And, I was like, "Toxic positivity?" And, so then I was like, "What is that?" Basically, and I looked into it and I was like, that makes sense, you
Yeah.
know? Like, there are so many people that walk around and, they just have this mindset that no matter how difficult something is, that, you always have to maintain, like, a positive mindset, when sometimes we just wanna, like, crawl under a rock and just disappear,
And
or, like
I think that's okay to feel like that.
yeah,
We're
yeah,
human.
exactly. I
Uh,
feel like it's like, those good vibes only people? Good
yeah.
vibes only.
Yeah. I wish
Yep.
it could be like them. I mean, I wish it was that simple, but honestly, it's not. And I feel like maybe um, different platforms kind of present that like as if it's supposed to be easy and that's just the way life should be. And, this is the way to be. When in reality, like once I did that research, like I'm like, yo, like that is so true. Like it doesn't always have to be like that. It doesn't
Mhm.
always have to be perfect. Like, oh, I lost a job. Like, it's all right, hang in there. You'll find something. Like, no, like it's not that simple. Or and it's,
Mhm.
when someone passes away, it happened for a reason, or they're in a better place. That does not make me feel better. And some people don't even look for like a validation or like a, pick me up. Is some people just look for that person where they can just vent to, and
Yeah.
just venting just still makes you feel better. And
Yeah.
um, I looked up and they said that researchers, I had to write it down because I thought it was actually really interesting. Um, it said researchers have shown that accepting negative emotion rather than avoiding or dismissing them may actually be more beneficial for a person's mental health in the long run,
Mm, that's really good.
right?
Like, and that's the thing, like, when I felt like I always had to be positive, and I'm sure many of us go through that, where you feel like you always have to be 100%, you always have to be positive, you always have to have a positive mindset, whatever, and, like, you always have to play this role of being positive, and it's like, where there's light, there's always darkness, you know?
Yeah.
So it's just like, and that's really good. That's a good fact because I feel like if people were more real with themselves, they would struggle less with themselves, like in what they're going through or like how to handle certain situations. Um I feel like that's a really good point.
Right. I was just like, yo, like that's so true. And if you think about it, like negative feelings, like as much as you can speak positive into things, negative feelings just don't go away.
Yeah, they don't.
They don't disappear. I mean, it can be feelings, thoughts. I mean, they're still kind of there. I mean, it's good ways that you can handle it. But as far as it going away just because you want to have this positive mindset constantly, like I feel like that may be bringing you down even more, if anything.
Yeah.
Because imagine when you have like that breakdown of that negative thought or feeling, it's going to be like a shit show, you know?
Yeah. Like, and, that whole, like, if someone passed away and it's like, "Oh, it happened for a reason," or, like, just saying, like, those things, like, it's just so annoying for me. That's why, like, when someone I've had friends where it's just, like, when someone passes away or, family members that pass away, I try to, like, step back and be like, "Is there something that I can do for you? Do you wanna talk?" Rather than just, like, saying things like, "Oh, something happened for a reason." Like, "No, no, no, where are your feelings at? How are you feeling? Let's focus on that." Rather than being so unrealistic, like, you obviously know, like, what you're saying is just it makes situations 10 times worse. Like, it just I don't know, like, when people would say certain things like, "Oh, it's okay. You'll be okay." And it's like, "No, right now I'm not okay. And what if tomorrow I'm not okay? Or what if like the next week I'm not okay?" Or whatever the case is. Like I
Right.
need to like come up with a plan and like how to like realistically deal with these things, you know? Uh,
Yeah.
that's hand holding kind of.
But I also feel that when people say those type of things like, "Oh, it's gonna be okay though," like, "Look on the bright side, this might be like another door opening
Mm,
for you," you know? I feel like people say that with good intentions. I don't think people say that like in a like, "Oh, like, just think positive." I think people fail to realize that like they're not fail to realize, but they see
yeah,
that they're coming from a good place, but it's not really doing good for the other person. I think people need
yeah,
to be more open to that, if anything.
yeah.
Um, yeah.
Yeah, like, I don't know, like, it's okay to be optimistic, but it's also okay to be pessimistic, like, life happens, so it's okay to, get off track and
Well, I
have
mean,
a bad day.
we're humans, we're gonna make mistakes, and I feel like we know our story, we know what we've been through, only we can understand ourselves the best. Uh,
Yeah,
so I feel like it's okay to have our days where we're just feeling like crap, or we just wanna, like, dig ourselves, like, in this, like, a hole we just don't wanna come out for a few days, it's okay to have those days. There's
yeah,
nothing wrong with you. Okay.
and honestly, like, I feel like over time, I'm actually really scared of people who are overly happy.
Mm.
It's like, you're way too fucking happy. Shit is not good right now. There are kids starving, like, there's stuff going on. Okay, Sarah. It's like, no.
Sarah?
I don't know. But it's just like, okay, like, come on. You're not being real right now. Like, and it's just they have, like, this weird fake smile on their face, and, it's just like, like a robot that's about to, like, malfunction or something, and it's
I
kinda
don't
scary.
it's like it's social platforms, I feel that kinda, like, push that on not I guess you could say kinda push that on people 'cause
Yeah,
they wanna put this a whole little like, view, like, "Oh, we're good, we eat healthy and do this," like, it's good to promote it, yes, but, I don't know, to me, it just it now that I understand the whole, false positivity and toxic positivity, that could be one of like the main sources. And it's so common now.
yeah. it's way too common, like, especially with, like, influencers. It's like, that's why, like, there's been a few posts where I post, like, in the caption, like, "Oh, I've been feeling this type of way," and it's like a long paragraph. Or someday, like there was this one time, I posted something, I can't remember what it was exactly, but I was actually like really, really sad about something.
Mm,
Um, about the girl that always like always has like a smile on her face, but I'm really like, um no, 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 it was because I was such a crybaby. I'm, like, so emotional, but it's because of certain things, and I feel like that rawness, like, it just shows people, especially, like, my followers, some of them, like, appreciate it. They're like, "Yo, like, that's how I've been feeling. That's thank you so much for this because, I needed to feel like I wasn't the only one."
yeah.
And, like, we need more of that, I feel. We
What's
need people to feel things and be real about it,
yeah.
rather than just being like, "Oh, oh, unicorns and fucking rainbows," and, like
Yes, I completely agree. Completely. What is that? You want like more authenticity?
Yes, like, it's just come on.
Yeah.
Like, the craziest people, well, no, the sweetest people or, like, the nicest people or, like, the most creative people are, like, really fucking insane. And many people don't know that. They just think, "Oh, wow, they look so calm and, like, collected and everything," but no, they're fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And I feel like people need to learn how to live in duality, you know? You can be confident, but at the same time have, like, a huge level of anxiety. You can,
Yeah.
it's just
That
life.
that is so facts. It's crazy. I was just having a conversation with someone earlier today, and I was telling this person like, I'm not gonna fake it. Like, yo, I can be insecure. Like, I don't feel secure about this and this and that, or I don't like I'm not okay with certain things. I'm not gonna play like this person like I am because I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you about it, and it's just how I feel. So
Yeah.
not everybody is like that. I feel like there are people who kinda just kinda phase it and just, but I mean, good for them. I mean, to each his own.
Yeah, you
Each
like to be under a cape, but well, not even a cape, like a cloak, like, the invisible cloak, or, like, they just love to be behind a mask all the time. It's okay to take it off sometimes, it's okay for other people to see what's under. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, like, where there's growth, there's mistakes,
facts.
accountability, self-forgiveness. It's all full circle, it all comes together, like, we just
It really is. I also, looked up when you told me, even after you explained it to me what it meant, I still looked it up, and I read something else, like, exactly what, like, breaking it down a little bit, toxic positivity, you know,
yeah,
and what it could be referred to, like, and they mentioned that it can be referred to, a belief that no matter how sad or difficult situations are, people still maintain that positive mindset, and I find that so hard. Like, I just don't know how people
do that.
can do that. I was like, "Damn." Then
Yeah,
I must sound like a Debbie Downer because sometimes I'm like, I think of, like, the worst situation or the worst scenario, and again, I don't know if it could just be my own anxiety, but
yeah,
I there's more times that I think of worst scenarios than a good scenarios. I think it's like a hit or miss for me.
yeah, like I feel like I have more, I try to be very optimistic about life, but sometimes it's just like life is just lifing hard.
Life is hard.
It's hitting real hard, basically. Like, and I'm just like, how can I be positive right now when shit is just not going how I planned it to be, you know? And sometimes it's really hard to pull yourself out of that space. And it's okay to like I just feel like everyone should just be okay with not being okay. Like, don't if you're really not okay, then don't force yourself to be in that space.
I like that. It's okay to not be okay.
Yeah.
Not everything needs to have a solution right then and there. Um,
Mhm.
and I mean, obviously, we don't want people to think like it's okay to be at your lowest point. We would want you to, I would hope whoever does feel like that has an outlet where they're able to talk to somebody and kind of vent to before things can escalate.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's okay. It's all right. We all have our down days, or it could be weeks. I mean, for me,
Yeah.
sometimes it's even like when like the weather hits. Like, let's say if it's like super rainy or gloomy, or when it's cold, like I get like into these like sad moods sometimes,
Yeah.
and I can't even explain it. I wouldn't even can't give you a reason.
There's a word for that. I can't remember what it is, but, a lot of us, we feel strongly it's a longing for something when things are sad. So actually, no, 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 no. No. That's when you listen to sad music, but it makes you happy.
Mm, mm,
So, I can't remember what it is about rain. Can't remember. I'm gonna, like, come back to that one day, but,
yeah.
there was something about, sad songs, like, when you listen to sad songs, but it makes you happy and you feel a little better or whatever it is, it's like apparently that's like a longing for something. You're longing for something.
Hmm.
It's weird, and I was like, I feel like I get that because when I listen to sad songs, especially when I'm getting into my creative space, I'm longing for peace, and that's what sad music brings to me,
Mm.
peace. So, like, when you listen to a song, try to pay more attention to, like, what it's saying or, like, how it's actually making you feel or, what is it that you're thinking about while you're listening to it, and that's what you're really longing for.
Wow.
It's weird.
I'm gonna do that because 'cause I'm a type of person that, like, when I hear songs, like, I like some like, the old songs, I listen to a lot of, 97.1. I don't know if you ever listened to that.
Wait,
It's
97.
Delilah.
Oh!
That's
Oh
my
my gosh.
girl. Listen, I love listening to her, and when I was younger, I used to always listen to her on the way back from somewhere or going somewhere with my mom, and I'm in the back seat. She'll always have 97.1 with Delilah, and sometimes she'll put, like, some really sad songs, and, like, I'll get sad, but then I think about, like, like, it still makes me happy in a weird way, so it's crazy that you're saying that.
Yeah.
What's that word?
Nostalgia?
Yeah, I don't know why my mind.
Nostalgic?
Yeah, like, I sometimes even get those, but those are, like, happy feelings for, like, happy songs. It's always or it doesn't matter what kinda songs.
Yeah. No, it doesn't matter. As far as, like, nostalgic feeling, basically, like, that is more like, you could be walking down the street or, like, you could be in your room, and then you have that sense of nostalgia. Um, I think that's more of a feeling that can't be explained honestly, but everyone knows what it is.
I thought it was like when you hear music and now you're getting, like, those, like, "Oh, shit," like, I'm getting, like, these flashbacks or these thoughts, this feeling from, like, something back in the day or
Yeah.
something.
So it could happen anytime.
Mm.
For me, it happens a lot. Like, a certain smell can, like, trigger that, you know? So one that I had recently was when it was really hot down here, right? And the AC was blowing, and I was just, like, laying on my bed, and then, I was like it brought me back to when I was a kid living in our old neighborhood. My parents were still married. My siblings were running around outside. I can hear like them playing outside. And then I was just in my room, like just laying on the bed and thinking about things. Like
Oh,
just it was so weird, but it was like a good feeling. And then it was so weird because I felt like I was gonna come back to that feeling one day. And that was like recently, which was weird. And I
wow.
was like, why this feeling is so, like, nice and familiar, and I like it, and it, like I don't know, it was just so weird, and it happens a lot, like, um, I feel like for me, it happens a lot in the summer.
Mm.
Well, maybe because I'm a summer baby, but
Maybe.
yeah, I always get those feelings back like that, nostalgic feeling. I feel like nostalgia is a feeling. It's like, happy and sad, like,
Yeah.
those are feelings, but nostalgia is also a feeling. I feel like it's an emotion,
Yeah.
like
It can be a place that you're at or a season that you're feeling, something that you're doing.
yeah.
It's like, okay. I guess I just thought like it was like music and I'll be like, "Oh my gosh, this is like okay."
Yeah.
I
It's
like
so
something
weird. What is it like for you? Do you? Because I usually feel it in the pit of my stomach.
I feel like it's, like, in my chest, and, I sometimes get, like, butterflies in a way.
Yeah.
Um, I get it. I feel like I get it mostly when I hear certain songs, especially, like, techno songs,
Ooh.
like, not techno, I guess, like, house music, but, like, the throwback ones.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know the names, and I don't wanna embarrass myself and sing it, but
I get what you're saying. Are you talking about, EDM?
I
No,
think
is it
so.
EDM?
They
Now
have
I'm questioning myself.
I'm not gonna sing. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna set myself up. I'm not gonna do it. But yeah, it's certain songs, and it makes me think of a time where like I don't understand how I still remember that age
Yeah.
and events that happen, but I remember it because I hear that particular song. It's kind of weird.
I
Um,
get what you're saying. And
yeah,
is it dubstep?
I don't even know what that
Mm.
is.
You don't know what dubstep is?
Maybe if I hear it, I would know. You guys send it to me later.
I'm gonna have to send it to you later. Like, I remember, like, when my brother introduced me to it, he was like, "You have to listen to this song." And I'm just like, "Okay." And, it was Sierra Leone. That's the title of the name. We all know Sierra Leone is a
Yeah, no.
but it was by Eden, and, I listened to it, and girl, my mind
Send it to me.
you're gonna fucking love it, and you're gonna want to, like, listen to it on repeat, and there's still songs today that I listen to. I just download the SoundCloud app, and I just, like, re-listen to those songs. There's one that's super long, like, I think it's an hour long, and it just has different
Ooh.
versions, right? Different songs basically within that hour. It's like a DJ, and, that creates those mix, and literally, my mind just kinda just wanders off and it goes to this place where it's just it calms me down, but at the same time, it uplifts me. It makes I don't know, and it gives me that feeling again. It's just
Mm.
I'm a dubstep type of girl. I love me some dubstep.
Send it to me. I wouldn't be surprised if, I knew what you were talking about.
Yeah, when I think once you listen to a few songs, you're gonna be like, "Oh," and honestly, who brought light to dubstep was, Rihanna. She was the first mainstream artist to bring dubstep.
I'm sorry. I gotta fix this thing right here. Sorry. Which song is it?
I can't remember.
I
We fell in love, or
Oh, okay.
we fell in love in a hopeless place.
I know, okay.
And then it's like, meow, 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 meow. That part?
I know exactly what you're talking. Yes, send
So
it but I want you to send
the songs, yeah, definitely, I got you, I got you. I think they're still, like, in my old YouTube channel or whatever, like, I was so obsessed, and I've had friends where they were like, "What are you listening to?" And then they would grab my headphone, and they were like, "What?"
Yes.
Like, "This is good." And I'd love to put it in, like, if you're high okay, sorry, guys. I forgot this is on YouTube.
What?
Well, and whatever, but if, you're
Feeling nice?
feeling nice, you're feeling an uplift of something, whatever, um, when you listen to it, it takes I don't know, it feels really good. You can literally feel the music throughout your whole body, which is, like, fucking insane. But, yeah.
I'm trying to, like I know I can't play it on here, but it's, who sings it? Raquel? In a dream.
In a dream.
It's in a dream, you will find my heart.
I know what you're talking about, but I can't remember the lyrics clearly.
I'll send that one to you too. It's okay.
Yeah. No, and I'm just gonna start up a playlist and, like, just send it to
Do
you.
it.
If
Do it.
if you need to, like, have a happy moment while it's raining, dubstep.
Aw, I appreciate that. Send it to me. I would appreciate it.
Definitely a vibe.
Yes.
But
But, there were a few things I also kinda wanted to say,
do it.
um, basically minimizing back to, like, the whole toxic positivity, minimizing, you know, a person's emotions, um,
Yeah.
it doesn't always have to be strictly, like, happy or positive. It doesn't always have to be that. You could just I'm trying to think of, like, different alternatives that people could do instead of feeling like, "Okay, so then what do you expect the other person to do? Just to stay quiet then or
Ye
agree with them?"
yeah, I see what you're saying. Like, I've been in those instances before where it's just like, I've said some things out of, like, kind of like, I'm tired of suppressing those emotions or, like, you just took it too far or something, and, kind of like being a punching bag for somebody,
Yeah.
um, but there are some people like that where it's just like, "Well, you shouldn't be feeling that way." Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah,
Like, you shouldn't be feeling that way or, like
trying to, like, minimize
yeah,
what you're feeling.
yeah, or, like, what you're feeling is not valid, basically.
Mhm.
It's just you shouldn't be feeling that way. Suck it
Like
up.
like you woke up this morning, so you should be happy, like, you should
Mhm.
be happy at least you got a job, you got this, and I'm like, "Well, I'm not feeling it today. I'm not there."
Yeah.
And I wonder what, like, people could do to help people who kinda think like that.
Hmm.
Oh, wow. Okay, I hear you over there.
It's like, yeah, facts.
Like,
Um,
"Facts."
thanks, my
Yeah,
guy. Okay.
look, give me
Yo,
some input also.
he said, "Yeah, say it." What's wrong, Bubba? He's, like, looking at me. I don't know what is going on.
Something is happening.
Yeah, but, like, for people are you saying for the person how to handle those situations or, like, how can people, like, go about someone feeling some type of way?
Yeah, that part.
Okay. So, there's I feel like people need to realize, like, kind of, like, step back.
And
You
just
have your yeah, just listen. Like, see where they're at. Um, pay attention, like, really try to level with them, I feel. Um, and maybe do what your friend does, take notes.
listen. I love that about her, let me tell
Yeah.
you.
So it's like, take notes and be like, "Okay," and then try to narrow it down, try to help them, guide them. Some people, they just need guidance,
Yeah,
or sometimes they need reassurance. Sometimes they need, like
I think I like that. Okay, they keep agreeing with us over there, okay.
they're like, "Yes." It looks crazy today, now I'm realizing it. But, yeah, like, take a step back and listen. I feel like that's, like, the best way to go about it instead of saying, like, "Well, you shouldn't feel like that. Um, you should be more positive about this," or whatever, like, no, it's, taking a step back, listening, trying to connect with them at their level that they're at that moment, and try to guide them to pull them out of that dark space. Because a lot of us, we struggle with, like, being stuck in that dark space, and, especially people who struggle with depression, anxiety. Like, it's hard sometimes. Like, sometimes you just need your friend to listen to you,
Yeah.
or you just need your partner to listen to you rather than, you expressing how you feel, and then later on, like, within that moment or whatever, it's just like, "Well, you shouldn't feel like that. You should, I don't know,
And I don't feel like that would even someone talking like that would even help
at all."
the other person fix their issue, or not issue, or like whatever issue that they're going through that day. It's not gonna help them. I feel like the best way of, like, helping cope with things is kinda being a realist. Like, you have to be real about it and be honest about your feelings. If you're gonna constantly keep covering it up, it's not taking you anywhere.
Yeah, and about being real, it's also respecting coming off like, if you're gonna be real because some people, they're "real," quote, unquote,
Mhm.
and they come off way too strong, They come off way too strong, and it's like, that's not what that's not what the person wanted at that moment, Because now you're just being an asshole, you're just coming off as a jerk, basically.
Yeah,
So, I feel like we have to, like, kind of tread lightly and, you know try to see, like, sometimes, like, I don't when someone is venting to me or something like that, I most times I don't say anything because most times people, they just want to, like, just vent,
let
you
it
know?
yeah, literally. Yeah,
And it's like, I could sense when someone wants my input or when someone just wants to let it all out, And, and if you are going to give somebody, like, your opinion or some advice, just remember that they are a person and they have feelings, and what you may say, they kind of put in a disclaimer like, "Hey, I'm gonna say something, but I hope you get my message, like, with the best intentions, like, I'm not trying to be a jerk or whatever, like, I'm just trying to be real with you. I just wanna be honest, and, this is what I think about this," Rather than just, like, saying what you said, and then it's like, "Well, you took it that way, so that's your problem," you
yeah,
know? So and then after that, they run around kind of saying like, "Oh, I was just being real." No, you were being a jerk. Let's be real.
yeah. I mean, I think we gotta appreciate the flaws in all of us and
Yes.
learn how to accept it, learn how to be not okay, and that's okay.
Yes. That
And
should have been our title for today.
yeah, I like
It's okay to
that.
not be okay.
Yeah.
And I forgot what I was gonna say. I was gonna say something. I'm just having, like, a huge brain fart today, but we gon
Hey, hey,
we know why.
yeah, we're not perfect. We're not machines. We're
Yeah, I mean, but
no,
yeah,
I took down, honestly, I took in a lot what I read today about, this topic, and it really hit home for me, and I'm starting to write down in a journal, and the notes that I took down really helped and gave me some insight
yeah,
of, basically, like what I said, it's okay to not be okay, and
yeah,
that just made me feel a little bit better. So I would definitely be going back to that page in my journal just to read through it.
yeah, and, like, one thing that I've been doing is, like, unlearning what I've learned because, like, especially in the Latino community, um, Latinx, Hispanic community, POC community, um, they have this thing where it's just, like, you have to be presentable all the time or you just, um like you said, like, they minimize feelings, like, some people minimize feelings and stuff like that, like, mental health isn't, like, a real thing, like, "Ah, ya, cállate."
Yep.
No. My parents used to call me Naka all the time, "Sos bien naca." And I'm like, "I am feeling this way right now, and screw you guys." And then that actually caused me to rebel a lot, that
Yeah.
caused me to, like, lash out as a teenager. It caused me to, um, feel so misunderstood because it's just like I'm feeling all of these emotions and, like, you guys are just kind of, like, minimizing them.
Yeah.
And we need to unlearn, break those chains basically, unlearn everything that we've been conditioned to, and
Yes.
relearn. And
I
honestly, we're never gonna stop learning. That's
love
growth.
that. No, I love that. I love that. I feel like this generation is, some people might see it as this generation is too sensitive, but it's a yay or nay for me. But I feel like this generation, as far as like with me and
We're just taking no shit anymore.
yeah, and we're like more understanding, like, okay, like this kid, my child might be dealing with this and this and that, and it's okay. I'm not going to try to cover it up. I'm not going to make it look like and put these false positivities. I'm going to be
Yeah,
realistic, like, hey babe, like we're going to have off days. It's all right if you're not feeling it today. It's okay. I'm more of that understanding, and my parents now are starting to understand it. I think when we were younger, it was like, esta, or anemia que está, or if we didn't want to do anything, like it'll be some sort of excuse. But now I think my parents are slowly starting to understand it, and understanding that anxiety does exist, depression does exist,
yeah,
not being okay just because it's just not a good day.
yeah.
Because our parents would be like, Mira, you better be agradecida that you at least got this going on. Tenés una casa, tenés un techo, ¿verdad? I'm like, you're right. I am grateful.
But
Like, but yeah, all in all, this was I think this was a good topic
yeah,
to have for
I feel like it was definitely necessary. We need to, you know, if you see someone with their toxic positivity, you already know where their head's at
yeah.
in the clouds. But
And
it's fine. It's
you can
fine.
just be like, to each its own, and I'm gonna just keep my thoughts to myself and just keep it pushing, because
Yeah, and there's some people out there that are always out there to listen and stuff like that, and that's something that I'm starting to learn, that people are genuinely just nice, and, yeah, because like yeah, comes with a lot of unlearning. Learning. Not the same habits, but, or, like, the same mindset. Jesus, what is going on
What
today?
happened?
My cats, they got the zoomies. Next time, I'm closing the door. Y'all are kicked out. But yeah, I mean, this was a good topic and I'm glad we had it. Yeah, so we're just gonna go ahead and wrap this up. We're taking it home. We went ahead, we hope that we shed some light on some situations, okay? Let's
Yes,
go.
really. Thank you guys for tuning in on Tuesday.
Yes. What is it? Tune in Tuesdays.
Tune in Tuesdays.
Bye.
Bye, guys.